Today this video is going to be pretty deep and I hope it turns out well. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my goal on this channel is to encourage and inspire others to make positive change wherever you are. Today this video is going to be pretty deep and I hope it turns out well. Let's go ahead and just get right into it. Obviously the title says how to get through hard times in life, well, or something like a variation of that. Shout out to my mom, she gave me the idea. Basically what I want to say is that I am also going through a hard time right now, or was like recently, and I feel like this would be a really good video to make because everybody goes through hard times. It's not just me, it's not just Fred, it's not just John, it's not just Timmy, it's not just Rebecca. Like, everybody goes through hard times, and it's sometimes hard to remember that whenever you are in the hard time, because you're like, I feel like this is the worst thing ever and I'm gonna die and the world's gonna end. But I think just like getting some good advice from people is a really good idea, but I will get into that later. I just have like 4 bullet points that I want to say about this topic. The first thing is that your identity is not in that struggle or difficulty or problem that you're facing. So I don't know if you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I did gymnastics for 11 years, and when I quit it was a really hard time because it was like a loss in my life. It was like I lost that part of my life, and that was really difficult to go through. And one thing that my mom said to me during this process was that what you do is not who you are. So like if you do a sport or some sort of activity, or if you're in a relationship or a job or anything, then that thing does not define who you are. It is just a part of your life. Yeah, sometimes we do like put our whole entire world around this one thing, but that's not what we're supposed to do. It's just supposed to be a part of our life. We're not supposed to put our identity in it. I did gymnastics and I was a gymnast, but I don't put my identity in that thing. It's just really hard to remember that these things are a part of our lives. They're a piece of our lives. And we have a bunch of puzzle pieces that go into this puzzle. But that one puzzle piece isn't our whole entire puzzle. Wow, that was a good analogy. I just came up with that on the spot. Do you see what I'm saying? Like that this one piece of our life isn't going to define, or it shouldn't define, who we are as a person. That's not who we are. It's just a thing we do. You would still be the same person without those things. And we shouldn't look at those things to fulfill us in life. So it's really hard because when they're taken away, like whenever gymnastics, like it wasn't taken away from me. I chose to leave gymnastics, but it was still like a part of my life that was a loss and it was missing. So whenever it's taken away, it's really hard to deal with that, because if you do put your identity in that thing, then it's like, well, then you're searching around to find what your identity is in, and then you have to find something else to put your identity in. And it's just like your identity bounces around all the time, when we should, I say we because I struggle with it too, put our identity in Christ. Because, I mean, I'm a believer, and if you don't believe this, it's totally fine. I'm not judging you at all. But for me, I put my identity in Christ, or I try to. He's not going to leave. He can't be taken away from me, because that's my relationship with him. Sometimes it does feel like he's distant, but it's really just because I was distant from him. So he is always there. We just have to be the pursuer of that relationship. Whenever we put our identity in Christ, then it doesn't matter if gymnastics is taken away from you, or if a relationship is taken away from you, or if like a job is taken away from you or something. It doesn't matter. Yes, of course it's still gonna hurt because that was a piece of your puzzle that's gone now. It's not going to hurt as bad as it would because you know your identity is still in Christ, and you know your identity is not going to be shaken because it's still always going to be there, and you hadn't found your identity in that one piece of your puzzle. Am I making any sense? So when you go through these things, like you get hurt and you can't play that sport anymore, or you break up with someone, then that situation can either destroy you or give you a wake-up call. And I hope for all of you it gives you a wake-up call and doesn't destroy you. And I hope that for myself too. Whether you believe in Jesus or not, we're all created in His image, perfectly and beautifully in His image. So in His eyes, we are valuable and we are loved and we're worth it. So when we look for other things to define us, then that destroys us and it shatters us and it breaks us. Those things aren't meant to fulfill our lives because they can be taken away easily and quickly. But when we put our identity in Christ, He can never be taken away from us. I hope that makes sense for you guys. Also, I'm really sorry this is like super deep, but I just really felt like I needed to share this with you guys. Okay, so the second thing is don't trust your feelings. Okay, so if you guys live in Indiana, you know that the weather is crazy. One day it's raining, one day it's sunny, and one day it's snowing. That's just like our emotions. One day I'm sad, one day I'm happy, one day I'm mad. It's crazy how much of a roller coaster our emotions go through. So when you're going through a hard time, you can't trust anything you're feeling because you're feeling so many emotions at the same time. You're feeling like frustrated, mad, sad, happy, all of the emotions. It's literally all of them are combined. It's insane. So when we have a loss of any kind, like you're cut from a team, you lost your job, you lost an important relationship, you lost a friendship, anything. There's a grieving process that's supposed to happen and it's completely normal. Do not feel bad about having crazy emotions at that time or not knowing what to feel. Maybe you don't even know what you're feeling. You can't even explain it. Been there. Don't feel bad about it because everybody goes through it. When this happens, you should allow yourself to grieve because what you're going through is difficult and it makes sense to be grieving. Even if you don't lose someone, like they died, it's still a loss of some kind. Like you lost your job, you lost a sport, you lost a relationship. Also, everyone's grieving process is different. Sometimes people grieve for a really long time. Sometimes people don't need that long of time to grieve. Sometimes people are in between. On the other hand though, don't allow yourself to get stuck in that grieving process. There's definitely a difference between truly grieving and wallowing in your self-pity. So basically, just take time to reevaluate yourself and to grieve, and then forgive and forget and move on. Okay, the third thing is find someone that you trust. It is so important to find someone that you trust and that you can confide in, that will listen to you and won't pass judgment. It could be your parents, a mentor, a coach, a teacher, a youth pastor, anyone. Someone that will walk you through the worst times in your life and who has your best interest in mind. This person will hopefully have an outsider's point of view and can see things with a clear mind, because when you're going through a tough time, you do not have a clear mind. Let me just tell you that right now. You don't know what's going on in your mind. Your mind, your thoughts are just absolutely insane. And I'm not saying that because I'm saying your thoughts are absolutely insane. I'm saying our thoughts are absolutely insane because my thoughts are too. Because obviously you're gonna be emotional. You just went through a tough time, so you just can't think clearly. So that person will have an outsider's point of view. And I stress this so much because it is so unhealthy to keep all of your feelings inside. I've done it and it's not good because then you just end up blowing up in someone's face for no apparent reason. Maybe they did nothing to you, but you just thought about something that happened a month ago and you didn't tell anyone, and you just blew up in someone's face and they didn't even do anything. Again, been there. But also at the same time, when I say share your feelings, I don't mean on Facebook or Instagram or any other social media platform, because that's just annoying. And also it just makes you look like you're searching for attention. So I was listening to the radio yesterday. Wow, it was yesterday, wasn't it? And I heard this quote from someone and it was wow. I was just I have to share this with you. I don't even know who it was from, but whoever it was, they are spot on. So here you go. You're gonna make it through the tough times, not because you are strong, but because God is strong. And I was just sitting there in my car. I was okay, well, I needed that. And also something else he said was, you don't have to walk through it alone because God is by your side. And I don't know whether you guys believe this or not. I'm not trying to push Christianity on you. Please don't take this video the wrong way. I'm just saying my personal beliefs. That quote really helped me, and I hope it helps you too. I just thought that quote was so good because even if you don't find someone you trust, which you should probably find someone you trust, if you can't find someone you trust, hit me up, dude, because I'm here. Go ahead. Seriously, I'm here. If you can't find someone you trust, God is always there with you, and He's always walking beside you. Yeah, so I just thought that quote was good, and I hope it helped you. That's it. And the fourth thing is, learn and grow from it. In spite of what happened, even though it was like horrible and tragic, you can still learn and grow from it. So after I quit gymnastics, I had 20 hours a week that I was free and doing nothing. And obviously, like, probably 3/4 of that time I was thinking about how sad I was that I didn't have that in my life anymore. So obviously, because I'm sharing this, it was one of the toughest things that I have gone through so far in my life. And because I was free 20 hours a week, I was like, I have to do something with my life. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I have to do something. I ended up trying new sports because I had only done gymnastics. I did diving for like 6 months, but I didn't like that. I hadn't tried like any other sports. All of my focus was on gymnastics. I ended up trying new sports. I tried soccer, I tried track, and I'm still doing both of those sports. And I also developed a huge love for video and for creating videos and for being a creator. And you would not be seeing this video right now if I hadn't quit gymnastics. And so that's just to show you that you will get through the tough times and it can come out positively, and it will come out positively. So sometimes our losses that we go through and our struggles and the hard times turn into new beginnings and new chapters in our lives. Instead of thinking that your situation is the end of the world, it's really important to keep a positive perspective. You can use the tough times to make you stronger. So I hope that video was really helpful for you guys. I just really felt like I needed to share that with you. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and to subscribe down below. And make sure you remember that one act of kindness goes a long way. So go make a difference. I will see you all in my next video. Got a blast!